All right. Shit, we're rolling. Okay, welcome back to the Nosebleed Progress Report. We're talking about nosebleed, people. Did we just clip? I thought my mic just turned like bright fucking red. Hold up. Okay, there we go. Let's see how that goes. All right, yo, shout out to the Knicks. I just want to say, shout out to the Knicks. We did it. We, as in me, a very integral part of the team. I showed up. I did my part. I played a very, I did my part, As a New Yorker, I went to the bar. Downstairs, I drank mini brewskis. My already suffering bank account is suffering even more after this whole last 2 weeks, man. I mean, I gotta stop drinking now. I'm at the part now where like I literally have been drinking like every night, and I'm like, oh fuck. I think it's because also my beard is. See, this is why I didn't want to do this. This is exactly why I did not want to record this and do a video version of this, because now I'm gonna be looking at myself the entire time. Look at these bags under my eyes. Jesus Christ, I gotta get some sleep. Anyway, yeah, the Knicks did it. That was crazy. Game 4? Watched game 4 at a bar, and it was such a depressing night. I was coming off of last week, which was a horrific work week. I got half of a page done, I believe. My arm just like totally shit out on me. So I ended up just having to take the weekend off, basically. And by the time Monday rolled around, I was just like, oh my god! Like I took most of Monday off too. I went to physical therapy. They hooked the boy up. They looked at my arm. They're like, yo, your arm is swollen. What the frick? And I was like, yeah, it's not good. And they're like, all right, there's no more at-home exercises. Like nothing. Just exercise here, ice. So I've been icing. My arm definitely does not look as crazy as it was before. Monday was still kind of a shitty day as far as like drawing goes. I was like, I kept trying to grab the pencil and kind of do stuff, and I was just like, oh no, man, how long is this shit gonna last? I was just like, how long is this gonna go for? Like, I took 2 days off already, but luckily, around like nighttime, it was kind of starting to feel okay. I started to push the pencil around, push some inks around. I got like half of a panel done before I was just like, all right, let's just call it. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to watch the game because I deserve a break. My arm hurts from drawing. I deserve a break. Go break. So I went downstairs, and like my bar that I live above is it's a bar where everyone kind of wears their emotions on their sleeve, which I really appreciate. Like, it's either a great vibe and everybody that's working is like pumped to be there, or it is just like, you can tell when somebody might have called out, or just bad customers or something. But it was kind of like that night. I was like, ooh, this is not good. Like, morale's kind of down. Also, it was pretty slow it's a Monday night, and it's a cocktail bar, and it's in East Harlem, so it's like not that many people are going to be in there anyway. But I was like expecting way more people to be there for the game. But yeah, it was dead, and then the game started, and like the Knicks have been doing this thing where they're slow starters. I'm learning about this as I get into this team. And I don't know if this has been the case for everything, but they're very slow. Like the entire finals. I mean, they would lose like the first 2 quarters. Is it quarters or is it rounds? I forget. I don't know. I'm mad new to basketball, dude. I don't know jack shit about basketball. But they would lose the first 2 and then come back in the third and fourth. And so I kind of hung in there. I was like, damn, it's Monday. Like, I don't want to get trashed. I haven't been trashed, luckily, too. This entire time I've been drinking very chill, very responsibly. No shots. Even when we win, no shots. Just been sipping a beer, getting a little bit of scribbling in. Where's my sketchbook at? Is my sketchbook in here that has my bar scribbles in it? Some nice scribbles in there, actually. But yeah. Nothing crazy, not getting tanked. But just drinking every night, basically. I don't know why. Once I start drinking, I kind of just drink, and I never get trashed or anything. But it's just like, oh my god, like I'm taking tonight off. I'm just like, we gotta chill in the brewskis, all right. But yeah. So I was just sitting there, and like the first quarter goes by, and I was like, oh my god, they're down like 15. Second quarter comes, I was like, dude, they're down 30. I was like, oh no, this is bad. And like the vibe in the bar was bad. Like everybody was just like, what the fuck is going on? Why are the Spurs sinking this many threes? Like, where's the defense? How come the team isn't together? What is going on? So by like 10 o'clock, I was just like, yo, I'm sleepy. I'm in a bad mood. I thought this game was going to make my mood better. I was like, "God, this is terrible." So I went upstairs. I cashed out, went upstairs, fucked around on YouTube or whatever, and then I was getting into bed. And my girl was like, "What's going on?" I was just like, "It's a shitty day." I was like, "You want to check the score real quick before we go to bed?" And she's like, "Yeah." He brings it up. She's like, "Oh, they're up. It's tied. It's 104 to 104." And I was like, "Wait, what?" When I left, it was like 62 to 32 or something. It was insane. I might be exaggerating. I don't know if it was. I don't know if they were down 30, but it was like pretty close. It was like down like 22 or like something crazy when I left. But I was like, whoa! And then she like kept refreshing, and she was like, oh my god, it's 105 to 104. Oh my god, it's 105 to 105. Oh my god, we won! Like, and then my neighbors, I could hear my neighbors like screaming too. They're like, ah! And I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. So they won. It was nuts. I was like, dude, I hope I wasn't like the bad vibe that like was killing. You know what I mean? I kind of went through that in my head. I was like, was my bad mood causing the Knicks to have a bad game? No. But then rode that energy in Tuesday. I tackled this guy back here. Let's grab you. This finally got to this commission. This commission here. Painted this in gouache, and this entire time this has been like on my to-do list for a while, because this was like before my hands started shitting out on me. And shout out to the commissioner. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to be named. Hold up, sorry, I have like some weird shit on my ring. What the hell is that? Oh, it's soap. Okay, I was getting worried. I was like, the fuck is this on my ring? This commissioner's been waiting very patiently, but he commissioned me about three pieces, and each piece he's kind of alluded to the fact that he kind of wants a more balanced battle happening in the pieces, and then I've kind of always just giving him like it's very one-sided who's winning and who's losing, and they're very either, I don't know, the Captain America getting blown to pieces by Cyclops is one of his, and I was like, this isn't really gory, you know, there's no blood, it's just he's getting, you know, it's silhouetted. It's kind of like the Watchmen shot where the dude gets blown away. And then I gave him, he commissioned me for Thor versus Cyclops, and that was supposed to be, a clash almost of equal measure, but I couldn't figure it out. Every drawing sketch that I did of it, it was very far away to be able to get both Thor and Cyclops kind of blasting at each other. It was just so far away, and I was like, dude, I can't, like, at the time, especially, like, my hand flaring up, I was like, I can't get in there and draw these tiny little characters and then have to paint these tiny characters. Like, it was just really, and it's on 11 by 17, so I was just like, man, I don't want this to be a piece where you can't see the people that are fighting, you know? Everything I did just didn't have that impact that I don't want to say I'm known for, but, like, that all my pieces generally tend to have is, like, a impactful moment. And so I ended up drawing Thor just, you know, hitting Cyclops in the head and his head going flying. And, like, the commissioner got it, and he was like, whoa, this is intense, and I was like, oh, I don't. He was like, yeah, I kind of. He's like, it's really good. Don't get me wrong, I really like it, but I thought it was just gonna be a little bit more balanced. And I was just like, ah. And then like the discourse online when he posted it, everybody's like, yo, this is crazy. Derek went nuts, and I was like, I don't think he wanted that. So for this piece, I really made sure that I just made it a very kind of balanced battle, or just kind of like more of a cover, kind of friendly piece, because I was just like, trying to look at like just covers, like and covers are usually kind of like more of a dance between the two superheroes. So I finally got it knocked out. It was crazy to do. On Tuesday, I started this piece, and I just said, I get into this motion with painting where I still think I'm a bad painter, and like I had to kind of psych myself up to just be like, it's going to be okay. Like, you can do this. Like, you can totally do this. You've done this before. But the problem with my painting is that everything that I paint, it's a commission, so it leaves the studio. So I don't have like examples even really of like in my house of like paintings. So each painting is kind of like I'm almost starting over from scratch, and I had to kind of remember everything that I'm doing, right? And also, this was the first gouache painting I've done since November. The Thanos piece that I recently posted, that commission was all done with marker, because I was like, well, marker shouldn't be as painful to work with because I don't have to mix anything. And it still ended up having a bunch of issues with my wrist, but yeah, so I was just like, I gotta paint this fucking thing. I gotta paint this. So I kind of just manically was just like, okay, let's just paint the mountains. Let's just knock out. Oh, sorry. There we go. I'm just gonna paint these mountains, and I was just basically like, each day I'm just gonna paint one part of this commission. So I have the whole day to kind of figure out each piece, kind of remember how to paint, and I ended up like manically running through it, because I also was just like, okay, I'm not going to do anything special. I'm just going to lay down flats, just flat colors for every part of this painting. Like, let's not even try to make it special. Let's not try to do gradients or washes or anything like that. Let's just, come on, you know what you're doing. You know how to do this. So I manically attacked it on Tuesday and Wednesday, just was just going at it, and I was like, oh shit, like, I'm doing this again. I totally started to remember things. And then Thursday hit, my wrist was like, because I was like, my wrist was just like, you gotta chill. So I chilled on Thursday, went back at it, attacked it again on Friday. At the end of Friday, my wrist was kind of like, So I was like, damn, I think I'm gonna have to take Saturday off. But I went on a run, did like a 4-mile run, came back, and pretty much like I was like, I'm gonna knock this piece out today, because at that point I had pretty much everything laid out, like the characters and everything. I didn't have the background, the sky. I know it looks simple, but there are some color gradients in that sky. I don't know, maybe I'll flash it, show it. We'll go to my Instagram, you can see a full picture of it. But there are some like gradients in there. So I laid down the first couple passes at this gradient, and it was coming out like shit. And I was just like, I was starting to panic. I was just like, oh no, dude. Oh, this is coming out so bad. And so finally, I did a couple more passes at it. It was still bad, and the paint was actually starting to get thick at that point. So if you've ever used gouache before and you're trying to reactivate, every new layer has the possibility of reactivating the layer below it. So you kind of want to start either thin and build up, or you just start thick and then you never touch it again. So I basically was just like, okay, this gradient's not happening. This looks like shit. I got out like just cerulean blue, lightened it up with a little bit of I kind of muted it a little bit with like some black, and then hit it with like a tiny bit of white to just kind of get like a just like a darkened kind of blue that was like, okay, this isn't like an attention grabby color. It's just gonna make the characters pop. And I laid that down as just flat as I could because I was like, I'm gonna be doing snow, so I don't need this like gradient thing that's just gonna get covered in a bunch of snow anyway. So I laid that down, and luckily I was just like, okay, this doesn't look bad. Let's start inking. So I started inking it, and then usually this is the part of like the process where everything starts to like the confidence really starts to come out. It's like the underpainting and like laying down the flats of a painting where it's just brutal because you're just like, because the way I paint, I paint basically like kind of flat cell shade style, so it looks bad when there's no inks on it. It just looks like a 14-year-old like is painting is like their first painting or something. There's no blending. There's nothing special going on with the way that I paint, and it really comes together once the inks are laid down. So the entire time I'm worrying basically up until I have about 50% of the painting inked. That's when I'm kind of like, all right, okay, we're doing something now. We're cooking with gas now. We're cooking with some gasoline. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I took some liberties with. It's so weird trying to get this lined up. I took some liberties with Winter Soldier. I really wanted him to kind of like just have this kind of crazier look, kind of just be more scarier look to him. And I kept Dee pretty, because I'm like, this guy has been very nice about my commissions, and I know he's liked them, but I just really didn't want to push it. How much I've kind of been like, oh, okay, like you want me to do this, but I'm gonna, do my thing too, and hope that we meet in the middle. Because like doing commissions is kind of like basically like that. Like the commissioner basically hits you up, says what they want, and it's kind of up to you to either, try to just make it as recognizable as possible, or there's this chance for you to be like, I'm going to use this commission to experiment. And like some of my favorite people, like Matthew Lesniewski, I believe is his name, Daniel Warren Johnson, James Heron, all the guys pretty much at Felix, they all kind of put a little bit of a twist on each of their commissions, right? So it's like, that is Thanos, but there's just a little bit of a Heron, something like Heron will throw something in it that just makes it a Heron piece, or Dan or Trad or whoever. They just figure out little ways to kind of put their stank on these characters. So I've been trying to kind of do that with my pieces too. But yeah, so I was like, let me leave Dee looking pretty much like Daredevil kind of looks, and I'll go a little bit crazy on Winter Soldier. So it came out. I like it. I think it's cool. I posted it today, and we'll see. All right, so that's the end of the commission stuff. But I did get some more nosebleed done. Oh my god, why is this so blown out? Okay. Is that better? Oh my god. How are we gonna fix that? Okay, I got it. Maybe we'll do this. There we go. No, it's still not better. Whatever. So this is page 8. Page 8 is finished. They are in purgatory. And then this mother, page 9. This is one that I was able to knock out at the same time I was working on the commission. So every now and then when I'm feeling really good, I really like these chains, by the way. Look pretty cool. The big thing when I'm feeling really good, I can kind of work on two things at once. Like I get bored. That's like kind of like the bummer about like when you're just focused on like either comics or commissions, you do get bored. I know it's hard to imagine, but like you do get bored. So it is nice to be able to have something to kind of throw your energy at while if you hit a wall. So luckily I had page 9 to do, and I was able to just kind of like, okay, let me jump while this paint's drying. Let me jump over to page 9 real quick. Throw down some more inks. Let me jump back over here. It was really nice, kind of ping pong effect going on. So I'm hoping I have to go to Portland on Wednesday. So I'm hoping that I'm not hoping, I'm icing and I'm being prepared. But I have page 10 to knock out this week, and then trying to knock out at least like the pencils for another commission. And I think that I'm gonna probably mostly do digital, is just digital pencils, so I can just print it out and then kind of bang it out. But we'll see. But yeah, and you know, all in all, I have a hair in my throat, I believe. Let's see if that gets it. Oh yeah, that feels better. Yeah, all in all, solid week. I feel good about this week. My printer works again, so I got to scan in these pages. These Nosebleed 3 pages, or Nosebleed 4 pages, are gigantic. They're all 12 by 18. Actually, that might even be like 12 by 19. I'm just trying to give myself as much space to work as possible. So that it's really the thing that flares up my tendons in my hand the most is like little tiny little baby detail stuff. That stuff really freaks my hand out. So trying to just kind of give myself the space to work comfortably, and they are big, but if I ever do decide to part ways with Nosebleed pages, at least you get your money's worth. You know, you're gonna get a gigantic piece of art that has letters on it, and it's like pretty much a fully complete piece. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, good week. I gotta say, good week. Yeah. I think like if I had to say anything to maybe help with people, but like just launch into like if you're like me, if you're like an overthinker and you get nervous a lot about like making mistakes with art, just jump in. Just go. Like I scanned in that commission, just the pencils of it, so I was like, look, if I fuck this up, I can print another one. So let's jump in, get the feet wet, and see what happens. And every time I do that, something good happens. It's usually when I kind of try to think around, like, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? That's usually when I just kind of just keep thinking too much. And yeah. So, yeah, that's all I got for week 3. But, yeah, hopefully we'll knock out page 10 tomorrow and Tuesday. Hopefully I can get that done by Tuesday. And then start sketching out the next commission. Because as you can see, where's my commission board at? I got quite a bit in my backlog there. Oh, this is a cool angle. You can see that giant. I got this awesome giant Arzak print. I think it's fucking amazing. Maybe I'll do a studio walk one of these days. I'll show you guys around my studio. But yeah, other than that, thanks for checking by. Nosebleed, the comic, check it out. It's on, I've been uploading it slowly to its own website. So, yeah, check it out there. Please do. And, yeah, that's about it. Thanks.